Netflix have announced the Vince McMahon docuseries, New Japan Pro Wrestling tried to shut down Being the Elite, and could Jinder Mahal be heading to AEW? Welcome to Wrestling Republic News, your daily show which brings you all the non-dirty wrestling news in the time that it takes for you to drink your morning coffee. Let's get into things. But before we do, if you could like and comment, that would be very much appreciated. Now let's get into things. Netflix have announced that the Rise and Fall of Vince McMahon docu-series will be released on September 25th. The docu-series will feature interviews from Vince McMahon himself prior to his resignation, as well as family members of Vince McMahon and wrestlers from the wrestling industry, obviously, and of course journalists who helped uncover the allegations which came out against him. The executive producer is the same producer who did the Tiger King docu-series, so if you were a fan of that, well, you'll probably be a fan of this as well. Now, what's crazy about this docu-series is that it was originally Vince McMahon's idea, and it was meant to be the rise of Vince McMahon. It was meant to be showing his true personality for the first time, but during the filming of it, of course, everything came out, and now it's become the rise and fall of Vince McMahon. The director describes it as the final product is a revealing documentary that we believe offers a rich and nuanced portrait of the man and the complex legacy that he left behind. It will certainly be an interesting watch. I'm looking forward to it. Will you be watching it? Let me know in the comments down below. Could Jinder Mahal be heading to AEW? During an interview with Bill Apter for Sportskeeda, Raj Desi, formerly known as Jinder Mahal, opened up about potentially heading to AEW. He revealed that he has not yet spoken to any major promotions, but that has been deliberate, because over the past few years he's not worked many matches in WWE, and he is not sure how long he can go for in the ring currently. So right now he wants to work independent, he wants to work in GCW to get his in-ring fitness back, and after that he will talk to the major promotions. He expressed interest in potentially joining AEW. I mean, we all want to see that dream match against Huck after those memes that came out earlier this year, but he also said that he'd be interested in going to TNA or New Japan Pro Wrestling. If he does go to TNA, I mean, I'd absolutely love it if we saw like basically an invasion in NXT of all the names who got released from WWE and went to TNA, the Nick Nemeths, Matt Cardonas, etc. If they all just invaded NXT together, that would be quite funny. But would you like to see Jinder Mahal in AEW? Let me know in the comments down below. On the next season of Dark Side of the Ring, an episode will be focused around the life of Mick Foley. This was revealed by Jim Ross on the latest episode of Grilling JR when he revealed that he's done interviews for the episode. If you guys haven't seen Dark Side of the Ring before, it's been going on for 5 seasons now, it's been renewed for a 6th season, and basically it focuses around the dark stories from the history of professional wrestling. New Japan Pro Wrestling tried to shut down Being the Elite, according to the former New Japan Pro Wrestling GM, Michael Craven. In case you guys don't know what Being the Elite was, it was what basically started AEW, right? The Elite, which was Kenny Omega at the time, Adam Cole, the Young Bucks, Marty Scurll, and people like that. They were basically vlogging every week. There were storylines which were going on. They vlogged across New Japan, Ring of Honor, all of these companies, and it's what really made the Elite just blow up, explode. And of course, this eventually led to the first All-In event, which, as we all know, led to AEW. But New Japan Pro Wrestling felt that this started to make New Japan only cater to the American fan base instead of the Japanese one, with the Elite making their own storylines which were coming onto New Japan Pro Wrestling programming just from their YouTube show. So according to the former New Japan Pro Wrestling GM, the office decided, quote unquote, let's just shut down Being the Elite. They can't film backstage, they can't discuss anything about our product, they can't show our employees backstage because this is their unofficial show. Well, it's safe to say this was a very stupid decision because, of course, they ended up leaving and then starting their own promotion, AEW. I mean, I don't understand the thought process behind this. I really, really don't. New Japan was more popular than ever before because of this show. Why on earth would you shut it down just because you didn't have control over it? Very stupid. I mean, they're well within their rights to say, hey, you can't, film backstage, but it's just a stupid decision and it obviously backfired on them. Unfortunately, we do have some serious news to talk about today, and that is the husband of Nikki Garcia, formerly known as Nikki Bella in WWE. Her husband, Aram, has been arrested on a domestic battery charge. There have been no other details given about it, but bail has been set at $25,000. It goes without saying, but all of us here at Wrestling Republic wish the best to everyone involved in the situation. If you or anyone you know is ever, involved or in danger with something like this, make sure to get help. You shouldn't keep it to yourself. Make sure to get help. Now on to this weekend in professional wrestling, because this weekend is looking like one of the most stacked weekends of the year in wrestling, and I cannot wait for it. I like to keep WR news quite short, so to do that, I'm going to run through the cards very, very fast. This could be a disaster, but hey, let's give it a go. Tonight, Friday Night SmackDown will take place with Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes, LA Knight doing an open challenge for the United States Championship, and Nia Jax defending the Women's Championship against Michin. Also tonight, we have New Japan Pro Wrestling Capital Collision, where Hiroshi Tanahashi and Tomohiro Ishii will be defending the New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team Championships against the Grizzled Young Veterans and TMDK. The rest of the card features matches such as Zack Sabre Jr. vs. Titan, TJP vs. Tetsuya Naito, TMDK vs. Hechicero and Virus, and Mustafa Ali vs. Hiromu Takahashi, and the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Championship title match as Gabe Kidd defends against Lio Rush. And in the main event, the New Japan Strong Women's Championship will be on the line as Mercedes Moné defends against Momo Watanabe. What a card! But if you're sick of all that wrestling tonight, I'm sorry, but there's even more of it, because we have TNA Emergence as well. Eric Young will be taking on Steve Macklin. We have PCO versus Matt Cardona, and a TNA X Division Ultimate X match between Mike Bailey, Laredo Kid, Alex Hammerstone, Zachary Wentz, Riley Osborne, and Jason Hotch. Whoo, that is going to be a banger. And in the main event, a TNA World Title Iron Man match between Nick Nemeth and Josh Alexander. But then tomorrow, the action only heats up even more, because we have WWE Bash in Berlin. We got the Women's Tag Team Championships as the Unholy Union take on Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. We have the Terror Twins versus the Judgment Day. We have CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre in a strap match. We have Gunther versus Randy Orton for the World Heavyweight Championship. And we have Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the Universal Championship. And then on Sunday, the cherry on top of the cake, we have NXT No Mercy as Zachary Wentz will take on Wesley. Kalani Jordan will defend the NXT North American Championship against Wendy Chu. The NXT Tag Team Championships will be on the line as Chase U defend against Fraxium. We have the NXT North American Championship as Oba Femi takes on Tony D'Angelo. And for the NXT Women's Championship, Roxanne Perez will take on Jada Parker. And then in the main event, with a special guest referee, Trick Williams, we will have the NXT Championship on the line as Ethan Page defends against Joe Hendry. What a weekend of professional wrestling. Hopefully the cards I just read out made a bit of sense. Hopefully I didn't mispronounce everything, although I have a feeling I did. But that is all for today's episode of WR News, guys. If you did enjoy, please leave a thumbs up and leave your comments down below. I will be back for some more wrestling news on Monday. See you guys then. Have a great weekend. Peace.